Well, good evening, our beloveds. This will be a short message. We just want everyone to really tune in to where you are at. Do you feel like you have ADHD? Do you feel like your attention span has gotten short and that you now have an inability to follow anything that is longer than just a few minutes? Now, many will argue that technology has created this shift in humanity, and there is an element of truth to that. But the bigger explanation is that the technology that you have now is actually designed to meet and work within your shortened attention span. As time is speeding up, as the transition is occurring, and the snowball is getting faster and bigger as it is rolling downhill, it means that you all do not have the attention span nor the ability to sit and stare at a screen for too long. You can doom scroll, but watching a 2 or 3 hour movie these days is really challenging because you all are in fight or flight. And not only because of the political environment within which you all find yourselves, but the energetic environment. So just recognize that time is speeding up in one form or another, that you are morphing and mutating into the next adaptation of the human species, and that this is what it feels like. You're going to have more energy. You're also going to have more slouchiness, more lack of desire or impetus to move. You will feel a huge range of emotions. Before you had happy and sad and angry, and now you're going to build out a whole repertoire of what it feels like. And we need you to pay attention to the nuance, not only to the highlights. Pay attention to what is new, what is different, what feels good, and what doesn't, without labeling it. Don't say, this feels good, this feels bad. Just notice how it lands within your body, and then notice what feels safe and what doesn't, and why. Notice the somatic experience, the vibration, the feeling, the shift. And as you learn to sit with the physical experiences of growing a new tail, so to speak, this is what it is to bring your somatic body back online and to test it. If you get a new car, you should sit in the driveway and play with it. Where is the gas pedal? Where's the brake? Where's the clutch? If you are one of those, where are the blinkers? Where are the turning signals for those of you in other countries? Where do you put gas in? Where are the headlights? Where are the flashers? Where is the little button to open the gas cap cover? Where does the key go? Is it a stick? Is it an automatic? Do you have a space between the seats to store stuff? How do you move the seat forward and backward? And is there memory? What about if you want to recline it or sit it up? These are the things that you do when you purchase a new car for you. Because you don't know how to use it, you don't know how it works, and you know when you go onto the road, you need to be roadworthy, you need to be safe around others. That is what you are doing in your body these days right now. So please don't shortchange the process or the period. The goal is not to get through this quickly. The goal is to get through this somatically and holistically. Emotions are not your problem. the desire either to be happy or angry and to move through things as quickly as possible. Those are your problems. So your attention span to divert yourself to something else is going to be less and less productive, because our goal is to get you into the feeling state, the emotionally present state. And how do we do that? We bring up memories from your childhood, from your past, or simply ancestral trauma that is housed within your DNA. And it won't feel good, and it won't feel pleasant, and it won't be familiar, and you won't get through it in a day. Some of you will literally feel like you are going crazy because the pendulum will swing violently all over the place. And for those of you who have been on either antidepressants, antipsychotics, or other medications that alter the brain function, when you get off, you in many ways are going to be better suited to navigate this, because you will remember what it felt like when you got off the medication and how your brain chemistry, for lack of a better term, was unstable. And you pendulumed all over the place: anxiety, depression, apathy, akathisia, numbness, inability to go to sleep. All of these are symptoms that people experience when they withdraw from a variety of medications, but specifically those that are designed to alter the brain chemistry in one form or another are the most violent to withdraw from or to get off of. So we just ask you to sit with what comes up. Just notice how it feels in your body and just allow it to be. And then allow it to drift away, walk off, or just disappear. And when the next one comes up, allow the same process. Generally, when joyous moments come up, we don't have to tell you how to navigate it, because you are familiar, because you have been trained, programmed, told, happy, happy, happy. But now all of those other uncomfortable sensations for you, specifically you, where you were told to embrace certain emotions and reject others or suppress them, whatever has been suppressed will bubble up now and make you feel really uncomfortable because somebody told you it was unsafe, improper, or just not acceptable to talk about, think about, feel, discuss, worry about those types of issues. And then on the other side, once this normalizes, right? Think of a bathtub where you add hot water and then cold water and then hot water and then cold water. It's not consistent, but at some point when you find the sweet spot and you just add that perfect temperature of water and it just remains consistent, when that happens, you will feel safe. But until then, there will be huge gyrations. And with the full moon, or another's trying to figure out why we just stopped. And with the full moon and the new moon, there are going to be pauses and gaps. And it will be really uncomfortable because many of you have been told to fill the gap every moment. And if somebody else is silent, you chatter, 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 chatter to fill the gap because you are uncomfortable with silence. But we will bring about more silent moments soon as well, where you are forced to adapt to not being entertained, but instead being encouraged to go within and just to feel, maybe God help us, even to meditate. You will get where you're going to get to, but you will be pushed, nudged, and coerced to move in the right direction. That much we can tell you. And you can either accept and surrender or resist and regret. And we are indifferent which path you choose, though we would encourage you to choose the path of acceptance and surrender, because you will feel happier and more complete once you learn to integrate all of the colors within the spectrum of the rainbow. And so it is. Namaste.